probably help if I hit record at some point. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it help? Wow. It's okay. We did like 5 minutes of like ramping up, you know?
This is like the opposite of the Ellen show where someone scares you.
It's the opposite. It's a letdown.
But her scare is we haven't been recording.
We haven't been recording.
When is she going to do that scare?
Yeah. Where she's kept somebody on set for like 9 hours and she's like, by the way, we're going to start recording right now.
Yeah.
I did this with Daniel Van Kirk too, where we were riffing for a little bit and then I noticed I hadn't started recording. And honestly, it makes out for a better podcast.
You know what you're doing, obviously, because you're here.
Yeah.
What makes for a good podcast?
The energy. So if we can stay right here, we're going to put people to sleep. We're going to get their days started and it's just going to be like, oh, I might as well crawl right back in bed. And I like that.
Like if you're driving and listening to this, like
it's very melodic.
Your eyelids are getting so heavy.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Esther. Don't tempt the listener to fall asleep.
Your hands touching some warm water.
Esther, what did I tell you about being too calm on this podcast?
I need Winthrop energy. Winhop? Do you do any breathing exercises?
Not exactly. Do you? Do you do like... You do Lamaze? You're about to have a baby right now?
I
do a lot of... Let's get into it. Breaking news. Esther wants a baby. How soon?
In like a year.
In a year?
I want a Netflix special. It's truly the only way.
That's so funny. That is so funny. You know what?
I talked to Netflix and they were like, we're going to need another angle.
We're going to need...
And I'm like, I can make an entirely like circular angle for you guys.
Okay. You're not pregnant in this one, but you're going into labor on stage. What do you think?
That's good. We're going to need a makeup artist. Like a good makeup artist.
A good makeup artist.
We're going to need an on-call everyone.
Perfect. I'm here with my pal, Ester Steinberg, in the studio, right here, right now.
We're laying tracks in the studio.
Tracks in the studio. You know what it is.
We have lots
popping up
of
these
friends.
beats. Doing Katie Diz. Yeah. Brat, brat. I like anytime they do sound effects in rap music nowadays. Skirt.
I like any like
brat, brat.
clip. Like
Brat, brat.
like
Hey, it's me, your mom. Please leave a message after the tone. Beep. Just kidding. Beep. Hey, Ma. I love you so much, and I made this song for you.
all my life
I pray for someone like you.
I thank God
that I finally found. Oh no, we gotta re-record it.
Shit, I wasn't recording.
Oh. So Esther's in from New York, coming in hot to LA. Want to make sure we got her on the pod while you're in town. And you just recorded your is it debut album?
Debut album.
Congrats, that's awesome.
It's so nice. I recorded it and now I'm trying to not tell any of those jokes. They are out there. But it's funny because while people are catching wind of the jokes, I'm like, yeah, that's yesterday. Now it's like all new stuff.
Right.
And it's a funny thing. Like, I wonder if musicians, like by the time your album comes out, you should fucking hate every one of those songs.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
I mean,
that's when it comes out.
But
So now
also-
it's time to be like,
but also, is it going to be one of those things where you think that people are going to come to some of your shows and be like, I wanted you to, I was hoping to hear that bit.
I mean, Gary Goldman says that a bit's not done until everyone in the audience is mouthing the exact words with you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of his like things.
Like, I'm a big Gah fan.
He's great.
And I follow him on Twitter for all the advice. Like he's Professor Gah.
Yeah.
Professor Lewis is what he calls himself in his act. I don't know. It's like part of a bit. But yeah, that's one of the writing. Are you following him?
I've seen a couple of those. I don't know if I'm following him or not.
Oh, it's good writing tips.
Nice.
Good stuff. One is like some of the tips are simple, like go to a museum, like look at how precise and accurate this is and that is, and like look around. Like that's a piece of advice. It's not just like, another one that gets me. I cannot follow it. It's too difficult. One of his pieces of advice is when you get on stage, don't waste time going, hey guys, how are you doing? And I'm like,
that's good.
Every time I get on stage, I'm like, hey guys, how's it going?
By the way, how are you podcast listeners doing out there? I know I'm not going to get it's not going to elicit a direct response, but sometimes I just feel like asking that.
How are you doing?
How are you guys? Huh?
What did you put in your coffee this morning?
Did you have coffee this morning?
Yeah.
Are you a coffee girl?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get that caffeine going, huh? Starbucks, coffee bean, Pete's. What are you doing, huh? Homemade.
So let me
Folgers?
tell you something
Huh?
before we even get in.
Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
I love all coffee, but I love an almond latte from Intelligentsia, a matcha, a this. Like the girl can spend moolah la on that kafa.
If it don't cost $11, then get it out of my face.
And I agree. But here we are. And, Susie Orman, whom is the best.
Oh, I love Susie.
Susie has advice for women and for people.
What'd she say?
She wants to talk to you about coffee.
Okay.
She knows that you spend $5 or $6, sometimes $11.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Susie Orman is actually calling into the show right now. That's freaking wild, man.
Okay, so let's talk about money. You're spending coffee. You're spending $6, $7. That adds up. It's every day. Take that $5 or $6, put it in an IRS, okay? A Roth IRS.
What's an IRS?
It's a savings. You need a savings. You need an account that's separate from your checking. And absolutely do not go out and buy the coffee. You're going to make coffee at home or get off of coffee. This is the only way to be financially independent.
Hey, I mean, I get Colombian from a coffee dude that's just like living on the street. I don't know if he mixes cocaine with the coffee or not. Is that okay? Because it's only like $3 a pound.
If someone's asking to borrow money, it's no. That money belongs in your savings account, your retirement.
What about a checking account? I got one of them.
You should not be storing money in your checking account. Other people's, it's an investment. Your money needs to be making money. You should have portfolios. You should put it in the stock market, IRS, Roth.
Dang, Susie, you on another level.
I'm a lesbian. I love money. I want to teach you everything you want to know by my book. You can get on the program now for $24.99. You can order the program right now.
But here's the thing, if I didn't buy your book, I could be spending more money on coffee. What about that?
It's going to save you so much money. You're going to look at your money and say, Jesus Christ, I've got money coming out of my twat.
Oh, I don't think I'll say that, but dang, all right, yeah, I'll have to invest in that book. I'll get it like on Amazon Prime or something.
Click the link in my bio today.
Okay, thanks for calling in, Susie.
Well, I mean, there's it sounds like she has got a lot of good tips,
She's smart.
She went like 0 to 100 real quick.
She knows what she's talking about.
I guess if you want to save your money, though, it's important that you
make your own coffee.
Make your own coffee.
That's where you start.
Are you a Keurig? You ever do Keurigs? Those little pods, the Keurig pods?
No.
Whoa! Look at this! Look at this snooty girl over here.
I'm couch surfing right now.
Okay.
Which is what us in the business do sometimes. After I get my $9,000 Botox, I sleep on my friend Nicole's couch.
Esther, you're doing sexy things with the headphones right now for the listeners.
Sometimes you just have to sleep on someone's couch.
She's kind of acting like she's doing sexy things while she's talking about sleeping on people's couches. It's very confusing for the me as the viewer and probably for the listeners.
Hey boys, can I spend the night on your couch?
Okay, this is I didn't think that this was a sex hotline. That was.
It's not a sex hotline. It's a hotline for girls that want to just stay the night on your couch.
Okay, now that sounds a little bit fishy. Now a girl just wants to spend the night on my couch.
I'm hot, I'm horny, and I need to sleep on your couch.
Wait a second. Are you in college? Because all those ads say that you're in college and you're about to study for something, or you just need.
I'm doing a film here in LA, and I just need a place to stay. I'm hot, I'm horny, and I need a couch.
Okay, you're hot, horny, you need a couch. Now, is this one of those things where how long will you be staying? Will I like be having you in my house for a long
Just
period?
until the film is over, which should be soon, hopefully.
Yeah, but how long is until this film wraps? I can't risk having a hot, horny girl on my couch. I mean, my wife definitely comes in and out of the house. I don't know if the hot, horny girl on my couch would be a good idea for me.
You know what? We can just ADR the whole thing. Don't even worry about it, because there's so many guys out there that would absolutely love for me to sleep on their couch.
Okay, well, if you're a listener, if you need a hot, horny girl on your couch who's shooting a short film in Los Angeles,
it's an indie feature.
Sorry, it's an indie feature. There's a big difference, actually. You can actually call into the show or email the show, jeremiahwonders@gmail.com, and we'll actually put you through.
33 minutes a full, or is it still a short?
33 minutes of what?
The film.
Oh, 33 minutes is still considered a short film. Even though you said that it was a feature, it's actually about 1/3 of a feature-length film.
No, actually, it's 90 minutes.
It's now it's 90? You just extended it to 90 minutes? You just made that call. As a hot, horny girl, now you're directing and producing the indie film? Yeah, I'm starting to not trust you. And here's the thing about that. I can't have somebody in my home that I don't trust, okay? What's your name, first of all? You called into the show. I don't even know how you patched in. What's your name?
Kimberly Kardashian.
Kimberly and you're a Kardashian? You're one of the Kardashian sisters that has not been discovered yet?
No, we're not related.
Your last name is just Kardashian?
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate for you.
It's so crazy.
How? I mean, that is pretty crazy. What's the weirdest, Kimberly? What's the weirdest gig that you've done outside of this short film that you're trying to couch surf for?
I once sold my panties to a guy on Craigslist.
What was up with the panties? You just sold it to him?
I wore them and I got them dirty and I sold it to him.
Okay, well.
It was $670.
Oh my goodness.
PayPal.
How hot are you? Your voice, I guess you sound really hot, but you must be really hot if that guy's paying that kind of money for your undies.
I'm an obese man with a voice filter.
Wow. So you really dirtied up those panties, huh? That's pretty gross.
Shit stains everywhere.
Oh my goodness, that guy got ripped off for $600. I think I'm gonna have to let you go, Kimberly, or Douglas. Is it just Douglas?
It's me, dog. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, well, Doug, thanks for calling into the show. Esther, I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes we get interruptions on the show, and I know it's taking away from your interview time, but it was very strange that person patched into the show. You're kind of nowhere to be found. I wish you would have been here to kind of witness that, but that's okay.
I appreciate that, and I just really want to take a second to tell everyone to buy my album.
Okay. You want to do a little plug here?
Buy my album. It's called Hebrew School Dropout.
Yeah, but you gotta really sell it, okay? You gotta sell it, okay? I'm gonna give you an opportunity. So here we go.
If you like stand-up comedy, you're gonna love Hebrew School Dropout.
Get it now.
Hebrew School Dropout features jokes like Pop It, P-Boner, talking about my crazy mom, more boners, a shit pussy, lots of stuff about Tampa. Buy it now.
It's available on iTunes.
Available on iTunes. And also, she's talking about that Jewish mom. And also, Tampa. And she said something about her shit pussy, which really threw me off. Because her shit pussy sounds like something so disgusting. Now let's get into that. What is, without giving away the bit.
Let me give it away.
Okay.
So I'm in a relationship and he's amazing, but sometimes things get frisky. I woke up one day and there was a boner next to my sleeping body, and I grabbed it because I'm naughty.
Now, was he awake or was he
Yeah,
asleep?
he was kind of awake.
Gotcha.
And I said to him, I was like, is this my boner? Is that for me? Is that my boner? Is it for me? Is it for me, Daddy? And he goes, no, it's my pee boner. I gotta pee real bad.
I've had pee boners. I know you're looking at the camera like, can you believe this guy? Pee boners are a real thing. Do you ever get clip boners?
So I said, that's insulting. Next time you touch my pussy, I'm going to be like, it's not for you. This is my shit pussy. I gotta shit real bad. But I started the joke. When I wrote it, I started it with shit pussy. I was like, I need to end a joke with shit pussy. And I worked my way backwards to that one.
Wow. Have you ever seen the movie The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like that.
It's just like
I'm
you
his
started writing in
handicapped
journal.
friend.
Yeah, you started writing in journals and stuff so you could go back in time to the original pee boner and see if you could change the series of events to come forward.
Correct.
Nailed it.
Finally, someone understands me.
Guys are the worst.
Guys don't get it.
Guys just sometimes don't get it. And that's my issue with guys. Is like
They don't get
They
it.
don't get. Like seriously.
Here's something guys don't get.
Preach, girl.
Like, don't treat a girl like, oh, I'm gonna like go out of my way to do this, or I'm gonna go out of my way to not do this. Like, just pretend they're a human.
Yeah, seriously. Every girl is a cupcake. And every cupcake has frosting on it. So don't treat a girl like she's just the cake with no cup. Do you get my drift?
I mean, and also like with that analogy, like do not be afraid to put sprinkles on that fucking cupcake.
Seriously, because we like to be wine, dine, and spoiled.
Some girls just want to be wine, dine, and spoiled. Other girls want to make a big ruckus about famous, powerful men touching them inappropriately. And to them, I say, you know what? You do you, girl.
You do you.
It's like, it's all their fault too. It's
Seriously.
like, okay, so that thing happened. Okay, so you had some issues in your career and it is his fault. But like, girl, like, it's on you.
It's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you, first off.
Shush.
Pick yourself up by the braids and get back to it, sister.
Yeah, it's your fault, A, and B, it's on you.
Yeah. Totally.
Who would even allow that to happen?
I don't know. Not me.
Because that's on you.
That's on you. Hashtag that's on you. Okay?
Like some girls get into like really severe car accidents and they didn't do anything, but it's still like on them.
It's still on them because it's like, come on.
You should have known.
You should have known.
That's on you.
It's like, hey, Sheila, hold yourself accountable for once in your life, okay?
That's on you.
Yeah, sometimes like you miss a bus and like you're wondering, like
I'm a victim.
I'm a victim because it should have come like 5 minutes earlier. It is actually 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Well, guess what?
That's on you.
Okay? So think about that.
Tracy.
Oh, I didn't get into the college that I wanted to.
On you.
That's on you, okay? Like, seriously. Like, oh, my nails just magically didn't do themselves, and they're chipped, and they're gross, and I haven't been to get a mani-pedi in a long time. Well, guess what? That's on... Yeah.
That's on you.
That's on you. That's on you.
Sorry, for a second. I was just listening and like totally...
You went somewhere else, and I was like, is this bitch gonna back me up or not? Okay, hang me out to dry? Okay, totally. Well, guess what? That's on me. That's on me. Okay, that's totally on me.
We are just two girls who take full responsibilities for
You know
literally
what?
everything.
We have to take full responsibility for everything, okay?
If you're not going to let your fire, nobody else will. That's on you.
That's on you. Oh, I'm going to complain about politics. I don't like how things are going. Well, guess what? Like, people got elected because people voted. That's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you. Totally. Definitely.
Fuck.
Right?
That one really hit me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That got real.
Because for a second I was like, that's not on you. Oh,
Oh, it is.
It is on
because
you.
people voted for it
It
and
is
made
on
it
you.
happen. That's on you. Oh, you didn't make the change you wanted? Sorry. That's on you.
but if you want to flip it and reverse it,
Yeah.
Some people, they're very successful.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing it.
Killing
they're
it.
doing really well. And
Really
guess
well.
what?
That's
on them.
That's on them too. I mean, they're doing what they're following their dreams.
That's on them.
They're doing exactly what they want. They get to have
lot of
babies
followers.
whenever they want. A lot of followers.
They get some people have a lot of followers, and that's on you.
Like Graham goals. That's a real thing. Okay, like getting to where you want to be.
Sometimes you're having sex with someone and you're like, that's on me.
That's in me. Sometimes I'm like, this guy that I just met 2 hours ago at this random bar, and his breath smells like the Chinese takeout that we got, and he didn't like Listerine before he started making out with me. I'm like, that's in me. That's in me.
That is in you, isn't it?
Yeah. Just like
Is it
Gatorade.
still
Is
in
it
you?
in you? Gatorade.
Did you get it out of you?
I did, and then I had to go get a STD check, and guess what? Positive, and guess what? That was on me.
That's on you.
I shouldn't have let him raw dog.
That's on you.
Yeah,
That.
Now
It's on you.
Oh, it's all over me.
That's in you.
It's disgusting. So Esther has a new album out, and I'm very excited for you guys to listen to it. And
It's good. It's good. It's good.
I love the pitch that you did for it, because you really went for it. You know what I mean? You didn't putz around. You really sold it. You did Monster Truck Sunday, like that rally voice.
Hebrew school,
And,
Hebrew school,
Hebrew
school.
Hebrew school, get it now.
Yeah, so I'm feeling it.
Do you like female issues? Do you love jokes about yeast infection? Hebrew school, Hebrew school, Hebrew school.
school, yeah.
It's also like naughty. It's like,
Do you love girls who love yeast infections? Hebrew school.
Hebrew school is for you.
You can listen while she takes her top off.
Wait, what?
that's on you.
That's on you. Seriously, you listen to that? That's on you. Totally. So I want to talk to you about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Good show. It's one of the best shows out there.
I have not seen it yet, and I need to, because
We should get really into it
because
since you haven't seen it.
Oh, I haven't seen it. But I've heard from so many people
Who?
and comics that it's very
Oh.
good. Supposedly Joe Rogan really likes that
Nuh-uh.
show. He loves Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Nuh-uh.
Yep, and also Ali Makovsky, I think, says she watched
I see that.
it.
I see that. I'm not as surprised.
Yeah, but that's who I heard it from. Those two people. So I've got a really
Ali
well-rounded.
Makovsky loves Mrs. Maisel.
5 stars, yeah.
Amazon Prime.
So you were on that show.
I was.
What was it? What kind of character did you play on that show?
She's a young, hungry stand-up comedian who's not quite where she wants to be. And to get into that took about 12 years of stand-up
Just to get the motivation to,
to get the
play
motivation
the character.
for the 13 lines.
Sure.
She wanted to be she wants to be the next Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
She's working really hard at the Catskills. She's a staff member. She wants to make it big. She's, delusional and confident, but does not quite have the chops.
Did you in the scene, did you do jokes on stage?
No.
Or just off stage? You're just like,
Offstage. Sally, which is my character's name, doesn't really get a chance to hit the stage. Season 2, episode 6. She's like, I want to be a comedian. I can't wait. I want to be this. Everyone's like, you're so funny. Then we don't know what happens next, do we?
no.
The character should it could happen where Sally just goes off. We don't see her again, but I don't know. Maybe
might come back.
Midge, the main character who you've never seen.
I've seen promos, so I think I get it. Guys, I think I got it.
Maybe she interacts with Sally in the future. Maybe Sally's hitting the mic scene.
Yeah, maybe she starts to climb the
If the
ranks.
industry didn't swallow her whole yet.
That's true. You
Remember
don't know.
there was the people we started many, many years ago. Like there were people we were miking with that were just like, stop doing comedy.
Well, yeah. No. The system chews people up, and then you never see them again. That's what's kind of cool about the
beautiful.
longer that like Esther and I go like way back as far as stand up, like trenches of open mics for years and years and years around LA.
A lot of every week at Bruco.
Bruco is a big one.
The green room where I once performed while someone was cleaning up barf. And I was like, so I'm going to run these jokes anyways. You clean? Hey, girl,
So,
that's on you.
That's on you. Okay. You threw up. You're trying to affect my set. That's on you. I'm going to plow through this material. I'm going to make this happen.
I was like, Jerry Seinfeld had to do the exact same thing when he was coming up.
Yep. Totally. I was bedridden at one point. Okay. And guess what? That was on me. Okay. I got too close to a friend with the measles. Her name was Macy.
The marvelous Mrs. Macy.
Marvelous Miss Macy. Yeah, it happened. She had measles. Okay. And I got too close. I stared at the lion right in the mouth. And you know what? I should have taken an elephant's truth for it because it didn't work. And the vaccine that I had, faulty.
The faulty vaccine, it was expired.
Yeah. So,
Read the expiration labels.
trust a mouse as far as you can see it, as I always say. That's on you.
That is on you. You don't watch the show. But it's weird. My fiance writes on it. And when he writes, Noah Gardens, when he writes, it's like he has to do jokes in the style of 1950s.
Right.
And one time my dad, who loves to write jokes, he did comedy in the 80s. He failed. And then he just started doing law. Yeah. He owned a comedy club in like the late 80s.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah. He's weird.
That's so cool.
He pitched a joke. It kind of got in, but it's being told over people talking.
Yeah.
But it was like a 1950s joke. And it was, my circumcision hurt so bad I couldn't walk for a year.
I love it.
I feel like there's like a men's rights group that's loving that joke.
This is really awkward. Your dad's calling in right now, and he is very excited to be on this podcast. Hello, Mr. Steinberg. Is that you?
I got a good one for you. I got a good joke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no hellos. Right into the jokes. I love it.
No, female products. You're in the aisle. You walk down the aisle. There's feminine products. Where are the male products, huh? What is it, just an aisle with arm oil, a shovel, some frozen pizzas? You can use that.
I can use that? Thank you so much.
You can have that.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'll give it a shot.
You're getting heckled lately? I've got a line for you.
Okay, yeah.
Someone heckles you?
Yeah,
You
somebody
say,
heckles me.
I don't go to your job and smack the dicks out of your mouth.
Wait, you are the one who created that?
It's neither here nor there. I mean, it's a common, it's a street joke. You can have that.
Okay, I can have that. Okay, is there anything else I can have? Because I'm really trying to mine you for materials, especially since you're not you're not active anymore as a comedian. If I can have anything else, I would really like it for my act. It'd be great.
Well, let me think. monostat 7 or the monostat 1, the monostat 3.
Man, I love you, man. Yeah.
Each one is for the amount of days you're willing to have a yeast infection.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I
Or
can
how
add that.
much you're willing to pay for each day.
I love this guy, Mr. Steinberg, man.
Dad, stop. Why are you telling monostat jokes? How does that make any sense?
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's equal rights for men and women. It's great.
Esther, please. We're paying for your wedding. You can at least take my jokes.
Take my jokes, please.
Well, I'm going to do a speech for her wedding, and
You're gonna crush it, Mr. Steinberg. I just
it's
know
gonna be
you
an
are.
Open mic. I'm practicing at Side Splitters on Tuesday.
Hey, is it sign up or is it a lottery for the time at Esther's wedding?
Pay to play.
Oh, okay. Well, do I have
It's
to
a
buy?
bringer.
Do I have to buy any drinks or anything like that?
2 drinks inside the reception.
Okay. I'll try to make it then.
I love when comedy clubs are specific. 2 drinks inside the showroom.
Yeah, inside. Outside? That doesn't count. Listen. You
I
think
wanna
you
make
can just
a
walk
comedy
around with
club.
your drinks and then be like, whenever you sit down, that you're like, this counts as one? Get out of here.
My comedy club is going to be called 2 drinks anywhere in the vicinity of the neighborhood.
That really rolls right off the tongue. Well, now, will that be the same @ on Instagram and Twitter? That whole name? At 2 drinks anywhere in the club vicinity.
Any vicinity. And also it's $22 as a ticket and then 2 drink minimum inside anywhere in the vicinity.
Your word is vicinity.
Vicinity.
Would you like it in a sentence? We are going to spell the word vicinity right now.
You can have 3 drinks in the vicinity.
Vicinity.
None of the sentences ever explain the word.
I know. It's always like things are just like,
She was standing in the vicinity.
it's like, that doesn't give me anything. What are you doing, lady?
You're killing me, buddy.
You're killing me. VICINITY. Vicinity. Bing. That is correct. Thank you. I'm the host as well as the contestant now.
This is a good voice for you.
Oh, thank you.
If you did stand up in that, but then only did clean jokes, you could clean up.
Dude,
corporate.
you'd clean up
Corporate
dude.
things.
Dude, slick your hair to the side, dude. You get so
Clean
much
up.
money, dude.
Dude, the followers are gonna start.
Dude, the followers just are coming to you, dude. Dude, just change your appearance and your entire style, and dude, you're gonna be huge,
Change
man.
your face.
Just
change your
change
hair.
your face, change your hair, and change your act. Most importantly, and
Those
you're gonna
lines
be
are gonna be
huge.
long.
They're gonna be long.
Like
To
a
see
long
you.
line to wait for you.
It's gonna be giant theaters to go see you, man.
Dude, slick your hair back.
Dude, why
do
don't
a
you slick
character.
your hair back, dude?
Do more
like,
characters.
Dude, do more characters, man. You gotta put that more in your act, man.
And if you did like at least
Dude,
a couple of impressions,
Uh-huh.
that would be sick and slick.
Dude, slick your hair back like American Psycho, and I think you're gonna start booking stuff like crazy, dude. Because you have this villainous look to you that's like asking like people like, oh, should I be concerned about this guy following me in a dark alleyway? And the answer is yes.
You need to wear more blue on stage.
Okay, wear more blue. Should I wear a sweater as well?
If it's blue, I would say yeah.
Okay. Oh, great.
Once you start wearing blue, man, like there's
Blue is a booking color.
you're
so
gonna book.
You're gonna book with blue. That's what they always say.
You're gonna book with your blues closed.
Blues clothes.
You're gonna book Blues Clues.
Yeah, Blues Clues. I could host that show.
Blues skidoo, we can't do. Meal time.
Another clue? Blue, what do you think about that?
I don't want you to rape me.
Wait, what?
Don't touch my bottom.
Why is this animated dog talking like this?
Don't touch my bottom.
I won't, but you can't say that out loud to the viewers.
Mail time, mail time.
Mail time, mail time. So you have a dad who's a former comedian, and now you are like
comedian.
you're a comedian, and also you're in a relationship with a comedian. Have you ever thought about all these connections?
I'm trying to fuck my dad.
You heard it here on Jeremiah Wonders, folks.
No, I don't want to.
No, take it back.
Backsies.
Backsies. Backsies. No.
Backsies. I have a joke that I can't tell because no one laughs, but it's that like all Jewish guys want to fuck their moms. That's like a thing, which is why I cannot wait to have a son. Like, I'm going to be so old and ugly one day and no one's going to want to fuck me. Except my son.
Her son.
And that's how I'm going to stay young and fresh. I'll be like, my son still wants this.
He still wants a piece of this.
My son wants a piece of this judge.
Still wants a piece of this jooch.
My son wants a piece of this sweaty judge.
This jooch and jong.
My Cheech and Chong.
Jooch and jong.
He's at the Cheech to my Chong.
Yeah. So what's it like being in a relationship with a comedian? Because I am in a relationship with someone who's not a comedian, which I find is a good balance for me personally. But
Sorry.
But does dating a comedian and like being in a long-term relationship with a comedian, does that a balance in its own way because you're in the same field and you understand what each other are going through in that way? Would you say that?
What a phenom question. So here's the thing. First of all, it depends on the comedian.
Sure.
I'm a real funny girl. I do bits in the kitchen when I wake up. Before I go to bed, it's like, joke. And then
Yeah.
I do characters and I do this.
That's
and
my
I'm
favorite
silly.
joke. That's my favorite joke of yours, by the way. It's joke. Every time she does it at shows and stuff, I'm like, can you do the joke? Anyway.
I'm very funny when I'm angry. I'm very funny when I'm emotional. I get emotional a lot. He, on the other hand,
Cool, calm,
you
collected.
would never expect him to be a stand-up. And I think he'd agree. You could hang out with him for a month and you're like, okay, he's very tall. He listens. He's a little bit on the quieter side. He loves sports. He loves being comfortable. He loves The Wire. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just
Normal
isn't
guy stuff.
Ba-doing. And then he goes up on the cellar and like does a bunch of cool jokes. And I'm just like, fuck you, dude. Because he saves all his funny for the stage.
Sure.
And I waste it on things like podcasts.
Yeah.
He also makes lots and lots of jokes about me. I say something funny and radical. He then presents it as a joke. And I'm just like, my line is the funny line. Where's my money?
Right.
No. And then sometimes that happens to me. So it's a weird thing. Like this is maybe one example. I had a joke and I was like, if you ever cheat on me, I will fuck your childhood hero. I will fuck John Elway. So I started to go on stage talking about how much I cannot wait to fuck John Elway if my boyfriend cheats on me.
Yeah.
People didn't laugh. It was a cute for Jewish girl. Me telling everyone that they're going to fuck John Elway.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm going to fuck him if he cheats. And everyone's like, and then he turned it around into this like artful, beautiful, majestic joke that's going to be on his next album. And it's like, I want to fuck Rihanna because she's hot. My girlfriend wants to fuck John Elway because he's my childhood hero. I'm trying to fuck someone out of lust and she's fucking them out of spite. And he's like, but I'm going to get her because my next second childhood hero is Magic Johnson.
That's a great joke.
But he tells it much better.
Right.
I can take his fully formed, he's so into like structure and like formed and written, he's word economy.
Yeah.
And I can take anything and just water it down and make it like this long, lengthy, not funny joke. Like,
Yeah.
give me something funny, I'll make it not funny.
Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
But I also I'm a tag monster.
Yeah.
I can tag that shit up.
Tag it up. Didn't Noah do, he did an episode of Roast Battle, right?
With Clayton English.
Yep, in Denver.
I heard it was fun.
It was very fun. That was actually one of my favorite battles that we did while we were in Denver. That was like a super fun roast battle. Yeah, and both of their writing was on par.
I'm going to call him and be like, Noah, your writing was...
Perfect.
Thanks. It's me, Noah. I just want to say thanks.
Oh, cool, man. Noah, thanks for calling in, dude. I actually really enjoy your comedy, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. You too.
Huh, thanks.
Can I go now?
Yeah, you can go. You're great, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That's him. He's so sweet. He's
I know.
so funny.
Yeah, a lot of it. You've got a lot of family who's just been patching right into the show. I really like it, though.
Wait until you get to my sister, who's going to be my bridesmaid.
Whoa.
And she's wants to wear cream.
Are you going to be a bridezilla?
I'm trying not to be, but I had 10 bridesmaids, but we're down to 9. Don't cross me, bitch. Oh, God.
Watch out. I could become Bridezilla at any moment. Don't cross me. I need everything to be perfect. This is my special day.
Okay.
And anybody that ruins it.
Hey,
stands a
Esther,
chance.
can I wear cream or white to your wedding?
I will breathe fire into your eye sockets.
I'm going to wear white. Is that chill?
I will burn down my own wedding to get to you if you wear white.
Are you sure? Like, you're not going to be like crazy. Like, are you also wearing white?
I am the only one wearing white on my very special day.
Jeez. Okay. Whatever. You need to calm down.
If you are not wearing a Canadian tuxedo dress, then I will be enraged.
Well, I just heard there's going to be like a lot of drama there.
Oh, there will be drama. If you cross me, bitch, you have no idea the fury that I will call upon from my ancestors, and you shall not breathe another breath on planet Earth.
Hey, Esther. It's your mother. The caterer said they can't do cauliflower because cauliflower needs to be inspected by the rabbis, and they can't, it's going to cost a fortune to find out if it's kosher.
Mom, cauliflower is my favorite vegetable. You know this about me.
It's going to cost us a fortune.
I don't care how much it costs. Tell Father to refinance the house. I need cauliflower.
You're being very irrational right now, and your father and I don't even want to come, Esther.
It's all coming together. My special day will be perfect.
And the florist cannot do the preview date. We're gonna have to reschedule that.
Tell the florist to call me directly, and they will change their mind, because they've never dealt with a woman scorned before like myself.
And the cake lady, she cannot do red velvet.
I will kick the cake lady right in the pussy. Call her right now.
Yeah, babe, whatever you want.
I really don't care whatever you want.
That's what I thought, Noah.
You spelt my name wrong on the invitation.
That was just to show dominance.
So are you gonna take my name?
I haven't decided yet.
Talk.
Don't you put a time limit on me. I'm a fierce woman and I will decide whether I want to stay independent or join the Garden Wars family.
Oh, and I decided I want to wear white too.
Dude, have you been reading my diary?
Yep, pretty much. That was a direct excerpt from Esther's diary.
The Ester Steinberg diary. The diary of Ester Steinberg.
The diary of Esther Steinberg. Yeah.
Coming to a Holocaust museum near you.
Coming to an attic near you. It's so messed up. If you put out your album, if you had an album release party in an attic, it'd be so messed up.
Do you want to hear one of my newer Holocaust jokes?
Okay, sure.
So my mom came to town and she wanted to do something fun. So we decided to go to the Holocaust Museum, but we didn't go inside because when we got there, the guy wanted to charge us $35 as an admissions fee. My mom was like, "Sir, I think we've paid enough." And I was like, "I just want to visit my grandmother's silverware. Is that chill?"
Oh my goodness.
My mom's closet is so messy. It looks like a Holocaust exhibit. Shoes everywhere. I know a guy with a fetish that would be obsessed. You know, you could sometimes sell your shoes to creeps on the internet.
Do you have experience with personally selling anything on the internet?
Yeah, I put some of my clothes from Funny Girls on eBay and I was like, "Hey guys, so like my reality show did really, really well and I have like a lot of money, but if you feel like buying all my clothes that I wore on the show, they are available for $300. And one guy was like, "I'll take it all." And I was like,
Did you have to meet him?
"No."
You just shipped it, right?
I shipped it and I used my parents' address as the return address. I was like, well, if he's going to go rape someone, it's going to be my dad.
Perfect. Well, why do women have to get raped all these days? Why can't men get raped? What's the deal with that, huh?
It's Seinfeld trying to like minutia joke rape.
Yeah.
I mean, what's with rape? It's always dating.
It's always going to be dating. It's always going to be women. Come on.
It's never like bumped into each other rape. It's always date rape. Well, he paid for your drinks.
When was the last time a woman date raped a guy? Come on.
Oh, come on. Where was he? What was he going to tell his friends? Hey, yeah, the date went well, yeah. Except for the rape.
Date rape Seinfeld. Coming to a theater near you.
If you love rape
And Seinfeld.
Then we've got the show for you. Let's get into this next segment. It's called the Kindness Challenge.
Oh, my God.
Every week, I challenge the audience, you guys, the listeners or viewers, to do something nice out of the kindness of your heart for somebody that you may know, or it could be a stranger. Anything nice just to contribute something positive to society. And then I have you email in your stories, and I read them here on the show. And you can email your kindness challenge letters to jeremiahwonders@gmail.com. So I started to wonder, what did this guy sound like? Okay, I believe his name is Ryan, and he sent this letter into the show. Ryan. This is a small one, but here it goes. I went to a gas station, and as I was walking in to pay, the guy who was parked at the pump ahead of me said he forgot his wallet and asked if I could help him out. While I know this could just be a scam, I thought of myself in this situation and decided to say, okay, and put $10 on his pump. He was so grateful, and hopefully he pays it forward. I'll never know if he was being disingenuous, but you have to give the benefit of the doubt sometimes. Ryan, yeah, dude.
Ryan, you're an sweet baby
That's
angel.
so nice.
Every once in a blue moon, I go out of my way to do something nice. Do you want to hear a nice story?
I'd love that.
I was on the airplane. Mm-hmm. It was going to be a 6 hour. It was like not a short flight. This was JFK to LAX. It was JFK to LaGuardia.
Mm-hmm. And
I was sitting in the aisle seat. I'm usually a window person, but today I was sitting in the aisle, and this larger woman, very, very, very large. There was 3 of them. They were sisters. They were adorable, but they were heavy. Who cares? Not me. They were sitting. One was sitting here, one was sitting there, and one was trying to fit into a middle seat 5 rows behind me. She looked to the person next to her. She's like, hey, do you want to switch seats with me? I can't fit in the middle seat. And the girl was like, no. And she started to ask every single person. Finally, the gate was about to close. The stewardess lady was like, you can take the next flight. You'll take the next flight. And her sisters were there, and it just felt really uncomfortable. It felt sad. I could just tell she was just like a sweet girl, but it just sucks to have to like take the next flight because you're too fat. So I was sitting in the aisle and I was very comfortable, and I was like far away from the drama. So I didn't even feel like involved, but I was like on a high. I was on like a kindness kick.
Yeah.
And I just raised my hand and I was like, I'll switch. And she was like, you'll take the middle. And I'm like, I'll take the middle. She's like, for 6 hours. And I'm like, for 6 hours. Her sisters look at me. They go, God bless you. God bless you. Like the little tear was like welling up in my eyes and their eyes. And it was so stupid and it was so easy. And like, I had a great time in the middle. I didn't mind it.
That's so nice.
I only did it once. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime nice thing.
Sometimes you can gauge it. I mean,
it felt like they blessed me. They were like, God bless you. God bless you. God. I was like, and I liked that. I liked also how much people were like, I didn't care about anyone else's thoughts.
Yeah.
But I liked that the sisters and the girl were like words like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
Well, also, you don't know what's very nice about
they could
what
be
you did
casting
for them.
directors.
I was going to say the opposite, that you don't know where they're going. They could be, like, if they're family, they could be headed to a funeral or something that you don't know about, or going to visit, like, family.
Casting. A conference for casting directors.
You keep sucking, like, this, like, nice moment of it, or, like, they could be connected somewhere. So
those sisters are Steven Spielberg's daughters.
They're Steven Spielberg's assistants. So
all three.
All three of them. He just has a group of
or they
three
could be on
large
their way
women.
to a funeral for a casting director.
Esther, what are you doing here? Okay. No, that's a very nice story, actually. I was actually going to ask you to share something, and you volunteered, so that was perfect. So email in.
Cast me.
Cast Esther. Email jeremiahwonders@gmail.com.
Cast me in your student sketch where the girl gets humped.
Oh, jeremiahwonders@gmail.com if you want to submit your kindness challenge letters. Yeah. Okay, so we got a little bit of time left to do something a little special, and then we're going to get into sex talk. Okay. I do want to ask you, what was your experience? You did this show called Funny Girls. It was on Oxygen.
Yeah.
What was was that one of the first like big things that you did, like that was like, because it was just you and 3 other comics, right?
4.
Nicole Amy Schreiber, Stephanie Simbari,
Khalees.
Yamanika Saunders, and who's the last one?
Khalees Hawkins.
Khalees Hawkins.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For a minute, I've known her for so long. For a minute, her last name just sounded so strange to me.
Oh, that happens sometimes. There's a weird disconnect on names. But how did that come to be? Because that's a very specific show, and so basically the show followed. It was called Funny Girls.
It was originally pitched to be a docu-series, so it was like cool. They were gonna docu-series us. They're gonna document us. It's gonna be a documentary, and I love documentaries about comedians. I love all of them. I've watched all of them. I love it. My Life on the D-List was a reality show about Kathy Griffin, and it was so funny, so entertaining. She's so fucking good on My Life on the D-List. So I was like, I want to do it because I thought it would be just like that. So I rewatched My Life on the D-List. And the thing is, it was really fun and it was really good, but the network ended up turning into a crime network, and not a lot of people even heard about it. Not a lot of people even knew about it. I think that if it was on like Netflix today, it would have gotten, we actually got the Women's Image Award randomly, Women's Image Award for best reality show, because out of all the reality shows, this was the one that like portrayed women the best. Like there was parts of it that I'm really proud of, and parts of it that I'm like, oh, I was 24 and very stupid. So it's all kinds of like mixed emotions. But overall, I'm like, one of the girls I didn't really know very well like is going to be my bridesmaid, Nicole Amy Schreiber, and then one of the women I didn't know very well, Yamanika, and she's introduced me to my future husband, and she's talking at my wedding. So it's like, I ended up staying very close with them. But while we were, it was like an audition. They said, tell me about yourself. And then 2 hours later, I was like, is there a second question? Because I talked for so long.
Well,
tell me about
poured it
yourself.
out. Yeah. That's what they asked you. And then you were just like, and they're like, oh, this is a well.
This was before I was in therapy. And I now know this is a time and a place to really open up and let loose about yourself. Mm-hmm. And back then it was like, it was so silly. And I was like, I saw a really hot girl walk in after me who was just like stunning. And I'd never seen her before doing comedy ever.
Right.
And I was just kind of like, yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, you're calling
you
that?
just want like a hot girl who doesn't do stand up at all.
Hey.
Here you go. Here you go.
Hey, how does this microphone
Like
work?
what I love about comedy is me buzzing.
I'm like, that is my joke, bitch.
do the sound waves travel through the wire to the speakers?
Don't even get me. That's on her.
That's on her. Seriously? You're going to ask how a mic works? You don't even know?
That's on you.
That's on you. Okay? So that's on you. All right? Seriously.
As long as we're like 1,000% clear. It's on you, girl.
That's on you. Okay.
It was fun. Like they had cameras following us, but then they got the director may have been the director was the director for The Hills, and that's not really what we needed. I think what we needed is a director who's like Judd Apatow.
Right.
He loves someone who loves comedy, understands comedy, wants to.
Did they force a lot of dramatic moments into the show, like to try to like hey?
It was a weird combo of like there was tension. There was a couple of little things between me and Stephanie that like I like had some serious like just this one incident, this other incident. Like there were a couple things, not to a point where I would ever like confront. Well, I guess we confronted and had a hash out, and then we had to do it on camera. We did one hash out IRL in real life, just me and her at some coffee shop, and then one hash out had to be in front of the cameras. And what she admit to and what she was honest with me and what she was apologetic about in real life, it just completely didn't happen on camera. And I just felt so like, we talked, you took, this is what if there's a conflict, my favorite thing, and this is like from a book about dealing with crazy people, is taking joint responsibility. This shit happened. I shouldn't have said that, but you shouldn't have said that. So I think we could take joint responsibility. It's not like anyone's saying, and then you can move forward by being like, I should have done a little better. You should have done a little better. But that kind of knowledge I was like really just in the mix. Like while that was happening, I was like really just like really concerned, just really upset. And then really like I showed her. And I think I got bad advice from someone. They're like, if she's talking shit, just say to her, my name's not coming out of your mouth. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, just say that to her. If she's going to talk about you like stand your ground. And I was like, okay. And then on camera, they were like, blah, 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 blah. And then there was a lull. And I was like, look, I don't want to hear my name come out of your mouth. And that's the end of the conversation. Every single promo for the show was like, funny girls. I don't want to hear my name come out of your mouth. And that's the end of the conversation.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about
But
those
no one
kind of
watched
shows.
it, so it didn't matter.
Perfect.
But now it's a crime network.
Wow.
But here's the thing.
Are they funny or are they murderers?
My best relationship is with Nicole, and she's so crazy and funny at the same time and smart, and she's just bonkers. And it's not just on stage. She's someone who's like, unfortunately, 10 times funnier off stage. She's still sensationally funny on stage, but like you guys have to see her off stage.
What a great plug for a comic. You like them on stage? Come hang out with us. Come hang out with us after the show. Come see her off stage.
Dude.
You saw her kill on stage? She kills even harder off stage.
She kills on stage. She kills even harder off stage.
Yep. Totally.
Anyways, I think that we should go around like Simple Life, me and her, and go to like little towns and like
that'd
perform.
Be fun. That'd be super fun.
The way she just like interacts with people is so funny.
She's great.
And then there's me. And I'd be like the anchor. And I'd be like, Nicole, they don't just put their dog.
Just
She has a tick. She has to say hi to every dog, rub a belly, pet, tell them they're the best, pet, talk to them about how old, what breed, pet, and every single dog. I was with her. We were around like the Beechwood area, and I was walking. I just sat in the car. I saw 6 dogs, and I was like, we're not getting out of here in the next half hour.
Yep. She's got to meet all these dogs.
And I just sat in the car and just tweeted and texted and just sat there because I knew that we weren't getting out of there.
Well, you know, going out with Nicole and knowing that she has this affection for dogs, that's on you.
She makes me hate dogs.
Okay?
That's on you.
That's on you. You knew that going
I
out with
did
her
know.
in a public setting and there's going to be dogs around.
That's on you.
That's on you.
That is on me. It's worth it. You ever love someone so much that their fucking annoying ticks are just like,
I think that's part of marriage.
oh,
I think so.
you're just like, you
not-
have
not-
killed all my family members, but you're goddamn smile.
More so, like, I think my wife doesn't have like annoying traits. I know that I have annoying traits that my wife has to, you know, love me in spite of. You know what I mean? A comedian, you know.
Are you a
Kinda
good
hard to-
sleeper? Can you sleep?
I sleep anywhere.
I sleep anywhere.
I could sleep right here, right now. Yes.
People who can't sleep, I'm just
They
like,
get
you need
jealous.
to fix
They
that.
get real jealous.
Oh, every time I
sleep
fall
everywhere.
asleep, I sleep on my flight. I sleep in a green room. I
Yeah.
will sleep. I will fall asleep right here, and everyone's.
I'm one
I
of those
know they're
people.
jealous.
I can take 10, 15-minute naps and feel better afterwards too. Gotta do it. Gotta take those power naps.
That's on you.
That's on you. Let's get into this final segment. Sax talk. Sax talk. So I prepped Esther before the show. I said, Esther, you are going to share a story of a sexual encounter. And I'm going to play some sweet, sweet saxophone
Can
as
I
you
have a
tell your story.
silly voice or no?
Do whatever you'd like. No rules. If you'd like to do a voice, absolutely go for it. You want to do it through here?
Is there
There-
a way to make me sound a little bit more jazzy?
A little bit more jazzy. I can give you a little bit of reverb, maybe. Let me look for something. 1 second.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, let me look for something real quick.
Something sexy.
Something cute. Something that screams, I'm
Not a
This one will work for you.
Okay, so I guess I'll just say, like,
This voice is so scary. I love it though.
this is a true story, and I was dating someone, but things weren't going that well, and then I met my future husband for real, and we were hanging out and talked, and then literally the next day I had to go to Rochester for a gig. I was headlining, and I told him to come to Rochester. So he was like, okay, I'll buy a ticket to Rochester. I was like, fuck, what did I just do? I have a boyfriend. So we talked and shared some hot pictures. I called my sister. I was like, did I do the right thing? She was like, no, tell him not to go. So I was like, yeah, no, don't come to Rochester anymore. This is a really bad idea. So I sat on this train to Rochester, and then I was like, actually, come to Rochester. So we bought a new ticket to Rochester. And then we were in Rochester together. It was so awesome. I let him do 5 minutes on the show I was headlining. He crushed. I did a bunch of jokes about Wegmans. I crushed. Then we went back to my Holiday Inn Express. And I said, listen, like, I have a boyfriend. So the next day, we went to a museum. And we went to the butterfly garden. And I told him I think he's cute. And then we kissed. And then, like, we went back to the Holiday Inn Express. And we smoked a bunch of weed. And I was like, you're funny. But he wasn't trying anything. So I took my top off. Still nothing happened. So I said, are you gonna fuck me or what? And then we did. And then he asked me to marry him. And here we are. And for our wedding, there's a thing called the Yechud room. And it's the room where the people are supposed to fuck after they get married. Everyone's like, no, it's where they used to fuck, but now it's where the bride and groom eat because there's not enough time to eat during the reception. So, yeah, you have to eat in that room. But I said, no, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to fuck on my wedding. Until I come. We don't have time to wait for him. We got a reception. But obviously I'll have a couple hors d'oeuvres. I mean, unless I'm really hungry and then I feel like we'll just eat.
What a story.
What a story indeed. That was incredible. Who would have thought that the guy that you were actually going to have sex with would turn into the husband?
I give hope to the hood.
From a pauper to a prince.
From a frog to a frogette.
Full circle. Wow.
From a man to a priest.
From a man to a priest. The whole evolution is complete.
From a little baby chick to a barista.
Perfect.
That's on you.
That's on you. Okay. And if guess what? If you don't enjoy Esther's new album,
that's on you. 'Cause
okay.
It's been proven to be good.
It's been proven in the court of law.
I like it, but I just wish there was like more rosé. I love rosé.
I love rosé too.
Oh my God, you know what I love?
What do I love?
Alkaline water.
I love alkaline water.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut up, you botch.
That's on you.
That's on you. Okay.
I just got my lips and my pussy done. My pussy
Which
lips.
ones?
The one that sips on that rosé tampon.
Oh, sometimes I sip rosé through a silly straw in my vagina.
Do you ever put your tampon in alcohol or in acid and then put it in your pussy and then get fucked up?
You know it.
Yeah, you're such a horny bitch.
Yeah.
You're horny.
No, you're horny. Well, it's been a blast having you.
Stop it. You're like a whore.
No, you're a whore and you belong on a couch.
I would love to sleep on your couch. Is anyone sleeping on your couch right now?
Yeah.
Who?
Forget it.
Everywhere I go in LA, I have to share a couch with a stupid pug, and we both have snoring respiratory problems.
And you both have fleas, I bet, you dirty butt.
I'm a whore.
You're a whore.
She's a whore.
She's a whore.
I'm a hoarder.
A whore.
You hoard whores.
Hoard.
I have like 45 whores that I hoard.
All in a storage container in East Mississippi.
This is a confession.
It's a confession. There's a bunch of whores in a storage container in East Mississippi.
You have to see my improv group.
What's the name of your improv group?
Whores.
With a Z, I bet.
It's horse and zebra. I love zebras.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up.
Shit. Fuck. Like, fuck.
Is there
like,
anything
shit.
else? Is there anything else like you wanna like people to follow you on or whatever?
I'm trying to work on my clean comedy.
Well, you're nailing it, sister.
Thank you so much, and that's on me.
That's on me.
This was fun.
It was so fun.
This is so fun.
And
We
if you
should do
didn't have
lunch.
fun, you know what? If
That's
you didn't have
on
fun,
you.
that's on
That's
you.
on you. Hey,
Hey,
like we have to do lunch.
we have to.
We have to. We have to. Like we have to.
We have
to do lunch.
We have to
Like
do lunch.
lunch.
I don't know if I can lick you anymore if I don't hear this voice coming out of your mouth.
We have to do lunch.